Y'all, check it. Welcome back to another episode of G-Man. I can't get a bite on the State Park side fishing. I don't know what it is so far this year about the State Park side, but I cannot get a bite. But we're here, trying, hoping, thinking we could possibly get a bite sometime. Maybe it's just because I'm not willing to use some dough bait. I don't know. I've never really used too much dough bait here in Pine Res. Ochco Reservoir, Haystack Reservoir. About the only two places I use dough bait. Other than that, I don't really use it other than those two places. So, but we're out here trying to get a bite. We will be heading over to the dam side eventually. But anyway, maybe we'll throw some dough bait out there and see if that'll work. We haven't done that here at Ochco or Prime Resin forever. Not something I do here. So I don't know. We'll figure something out. That's the realities of fishing for you guys. You know, can't catch them all. You guys have seen me catch a lot of fish on this channel, but there are just some times of the year you just don't. There are some places I don't know. You know, so far this year, the state park has not been my friend for catching fish. Go ahead and hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. I mean, this is as real as it gets, you know. Every fisherman goes through these stages to where, certain bodies of water, they're just not getting bit. I mean, I might be able to go to Jasper Point, get bit. I don't really know. I mean, I have not had that any luck here on the state park side this year, y'all. Thanks for joining us. Considering that the title isn't too reassuring that we're ever even going to get a bite. Hopefully, you guys can hear me just fine. But I mean, that's why I do this stuff. You know, I want to share with you guys. I want you guys to see the realization of what actually goes on here at Gman Fishing. Right now, we're using a micro net. Earlier, we were using a Cast Master. I figure if anything, we might be able to get a bass to bite with the warming trends we've got so far this week. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not a slow fisherman by any means. I'm not real good fishing slow baits. So if it's not moving, I'm probably not throwing it too much. That's why with the micro net, I can throw it out there, slowly reel it, and be just fine because I'm going to get bit. But here at the state park side, I have not had that kind of luck this year. It's the third month of the year. State park side, I still have not gotten one bite. And I've been out here a few times. How's it going, Andrew? Are you fishing today? I'm at the state park side here at Pine Res, trying to get that first state park fish for the year. I mean, I've caught fish every place else I've gone this year. This is the only spot I haven't caught a fish this year. Is the state park side of Pine Res. Hi, how you doing? It's the I don't know exactly what they call this park, but I just know it's on Primeville Reservoir. You know, Thanks for subscribing. We appreciate it here. We could use all the subscribers we can get. Nah. You see, the G-Man comes from my job. Well, ex-job. See, I used to collect garbage, sanitation, uh, there in Warm Springs, and so instead of calling me by my name, they just called me G-Man because that's what it was a garbage man. So the name G-Man comes from working on the reservation, collecting garbage for the nice folks at Warm Springs. And so there we go, G-Man Fishing. That's how the name G-Man Fishing got started. So, well, I didn't know what your plans were because you've been so busy lately. I didn't know, if you'd be fishing today or not. So that's kind of why I didn't say nothing to nobody. I kind of just done this on my own because I don't have to work today. So I thought, well, I run out here, fish prime res, um, and fish prime res and live stream. If this doesn't work, I'm going to go over to the dam side eventually today. Hopefully I'll catch some fish over there. But for now, it's just, I decided to come here, fish here. Yeah, I can't fish tomorrow at Ochco Res. That's too far a ways to go. I got to work tomorrow. Or else I would think about going out there to Ochco Reservoir. Because the bite's been hot there. Um, at Ochco Reservoir. But I got to work, so can't make that long of a trip. Thanks, appreciate that. Glad you like the outfit. My wife just bought me a brand new red fishing shirt so I don't have to wear my sleeveless shirts fishing. She wanted me to have this really nice new red long sleeve, protect my arms, from the sun kind of thing going on. Of course, if you know me, I'm always going to be in red whenever you see me, so. Okay, let's see. No, I haven't caught anything here. Nice. I'm glad you've been a loyal Kansas City fan for 38 years. I'm from Missouri, transplanted out here in Oregon, but I'm still a Kansas City fan. Go Chiefs. People like to raise Cain with me about that, but that's okay. They can raise Cain with me about that. It's their choice. They're going to do whatever they want. Yeah, Peter was a fisherman, huh? Yeah, that's true, Matthew. I didn't think you watched YouTube, Matthew. I know you've been on YouTube a couple times, but I didn't think you watched YouTube. And I'm using the BSF Shimano Corrado Ultralight Edition. I love that. Good morning. Thanks for liking and commenting and subscribing. Well, we just got a lot going on today. Eagles fan? Well, hey, congrats to you Eagle fans, man. You guys did a great job this year. You made us look like we didn't know what we were doing in the Super Bowl until the second half. I mean, we kind of had it figured out in the first quarter on our first drive, but then for whatever reason, they got away from that, and the rest is history. It is what it is. You can't cry over spilled milk, right? All right. What you gonna get at Sportsman's? Yeah, I loved the Super Bowl, man. It was everything I thought it would be. I expected it to be a blowout. It's just kind of one of those things, the three-peat, we were hoping to get it. Um, it is what it is. Uh, I'm not gonna cry or whine about what happened. The better team won that day. I mean, it was a great game. My brother and everybody else I know that was Kansas City fans was upset, mad. Not me. I expected a blowout. That's what I said before the Super Bowl. I said I expect it to be a blowout. I was hoping that it wasn't going to be a blowout, and that if it was going to be a blowout, it'd be in our favor. We would blow out the Eagles. But I just had a some told me that it wasn't going to be a Chiefs year to win the Super Bowl. Make it, yeah, win it, no. Which hurts me to say about my Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. Hopefully you guys get a little laugh anyways. Yeah. Um. Well, I was too young to probably remember because I was kind of born into a Kansas City fan. Uh, Dawson was already, or yeah, was it Dawson? Yeah. Whoever it was already retired by the time I became a Kansas City fan. Yeah. Let's just put it this way: I've been a Kansas City fan my whole life. I was pretty much born into it. Born in Missouri. So yeah. I just know that we always rooted for them. Yeah. Since I started my new job, I have been losing some weight. It's a little more active, you know. Yeah, I remember Montana and Rich Gannon and Steve Bono. Back in the '90s when we were always making the playoffs but couldn't seem to win in the playoffs. Um, because it was Montana, then it went to Gannon, I believe, and then it went to Bono, and then Green shortly thereafter. Yeah, those are all quarterbacks I remember. Uh, so yeah, we had some decent ones. Thanks. Yeah. Trent Green, all them guys, yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, I mean, it's definitely warm out today. It's nice. It's not cold. You could see your breath when I got here this morning, but it wasn't cold. It was pretty nice. It definitely was pretty nice. But yeah, there's so many good quarterbacks we had over the years. I just feel like sometimes we should have drafted a quarterback a lot sooner, And of course we did draft a quarterback with before Mahomes, but he didn't even make the team. I can't, before Mahomes, there's only one other guy that I can remember drafting, but well, after well, yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. Uh, no, I'm fishing Primeville Reservoir. I've never fished at Hag Lake. Never been there. Yeah, we didn't. Nah. We have nothing to hang our heads about with that loss. Hey, we had a phenomenal season. We probably should have went undefeated, but we had a bad game against the Bills, and the when we lost to the Broncos, we didn't even have our starters in there. We may have went undefeated if it wasn't for that. Well, you have the right to your own opinion on that. No luck yet. Yeah, let's keep it cool. Uh, yeah, we've endured a lot of down. I mean, look, it took us a long time to get back there from Super Bowl IV, or yeah, Super Bowl IV when we won against the Vikings. It took us a long time to get back there. All I can say is, hey, congratulations to the Chiefs. We're winning. We're yeah, we're doing a heck of a job in Kansas City. Go Chiefs. No, I'm just off today. We're doing 410s right now, and I got the pleasure of taking today off and working Tuesday through Friday, and then my coworkers are working Monday through Thursday. So yeah, that's where I stand with that. Wow, Steelers, yeah, Steelers, man, that's a great team, well put together. I mean, no matter who they got at quarterback, no matter what kind of defense they got, they always seem to be in the mix. They seem to never really have any really down seasons, Just one of those teams that been good about coaching, good about draft picks. They've done a really good job there. Hi there, Catch Cooking with Jose. How you doing, man? Are you gonna live stream today or what? Go check out Fishing Cooking with Jose. He likes to live stream, y'all. Give him a shout out. Alex Smith, yeah, but we didn't draft Alex Smith. He done a decent job for us you know he really did a decent job for us. But was he ever gonna win us a Super Bowl? I don't know. I tell you what, though, I mean, he done a lot of good in San Francisco until they decided they didn't need him no more. I mean, I think he would have went to the Super Bowl in San Francisco. Just they wanted somebody else as their quarterback. Oh yeah, well, cool. I remind you of somebody. That's cool. Yeah, barbecue and football. Oh, that's always the fun. Yeah, well, if that's what he done, we don't need to hear that on this channel. We're not here. Good morning. I don't know who Danny is. Ah, that's Danny. Okay, cool. Yeah, have a great day to you too. From Redmond, Oregon. Stay fishy, Richard. And Andrew. Yeah, he's got a YouTube channel too. You guys should go check him out too. Hi, how you doing? Blessings to you too. Good luck for your fishing too if you go live today, Jose. Glad you could join us on the channel. Hello, how's it going? Thanks for subbing, we appreciate it. We need all the help we can get. Yes, hit that thumbs up, please do. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for liking the beard. It was a lot longer, but you know, I had a promise to keep this year to my grandbaby. So this is a fresh start here. Told my grandbaby when she turned 2 I would shave, and I shaved, and now it's coming back real nice. This is what, almost a 4-month growth. So that's a nice little growth going on there. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. We got one rod out there just sitting out there with the float. So we've been fishing this whole time. Even if we weren't casting this whole time, trying to catch up with all the comments and stuff. So hopefully, yeah. I don't know if we'll catch a fish or not. I like to think we're going to catch one. Freshwater. Most of my fishing is freshwater. It's what I know. I want to get into more saltwater fishing. I live so far away from the saltwater. What, 2.5, 3 hours away? So I do live quite a ways away from it, in my opinion. But hopefully we're going to get to do some saltwater fishing this year. Maybe go jetty fishing or something, or go get on a boat or something. Yeah, I'm at Primeville Reservoir right now, and I've caught some fish off the dam side. I haven't caught anything on the state park side, and I'm on the state park side right now. I haven't had, well, I take that back. I've had one bite out on the state park side this year. Everything else has been on the dam side. For whatever reason, I just can't seem to just can't seem to get a decent bite yet on the state park side. Yeah, I want to go to Louisiana. I want to catch one of the big old redfish they got down there. I think that'd be fun, catching a big old red. I don't know what other kind of fish they got there, but I know they got a lot of saltwater. They got some freshwater fish there too, wasn't it? Some catfish and some gators. That would be fun. Go catch a gator. That would be the highlight of my fishing career, I think, if I caught a gator. Yeah, kids like playing with beards for some reason. My daughters, when they were little, they played with my beard. They'd pull on it too. Yeah, fistfuls of beard. They do that for sure. But what can you say? They're children, you know. They think dads are for being a jungle gym, you know. They pull your beard, they pull your hair, they jump on you. I'd much rather catch a crappie or a trout, because once the bass fishing starts getting hot here in Oregon, it's going to be hard to catch anything other than bass. Kansas City fishing? No, I never fished in Kansas City growing up. But yeah, it'd be nice if the bass were biting. In California, cool. I'm guessing that's what that says, means in California. I want to go to California. I want to go fish the Delta, um, Clear Lake, all those places down there. Seems like it would be fun. Um, Here pretty quick, I'm going to start kayak fishing again. Going to start dragging my kayak out. So I'll be making two videos on Saturday. One will be a kayak video, and one will be a bank fishing video. Because when I start kayak fishing, I usually shoot 2 videos a day, or on a Saturday. Nice, nice. Nice. A couple rainbows, that's always fun. I like catching some rainbow trouts. That's what I'm fishing for today, is rainbows. And yep, I'm always wearing the colors. Always wearing the red. Always rocking it. Most of my clothes are red. So I don't know what it is about me and red, but we just go together like peanut butter and jelly, I guess. Y'all, thanks for joining us. Make sure you click like, comment, and subscribe. Somebody keeps saying that double tap. I don't know what that means. Double tap, whatever. If you go check out Andrew from Stay Fishy, Central Oregon, Redmond, or however you say that, he says that a lot. Double clap, double tap, double something. Oh, okay, I got you. I always just hit the thumbs up button. I don't double tap, so that's probably why I didn't know what that was. Two years ago, this time of year, we were catching crappie out here, and I'm talking 14-inch crappie out here. So far this year, nothing. I'm sure somebody's catching fish out here. It ain't me, though. Yeah, we get some decent crappie out here for sure. We get some decent crappie. The biggest one I seen out here last year was 17 inches. That's a giant crappie, 17 inches. I might be able to catch a bass if I slow down my presentation a little more, but I'm not real good at fishing slow. I've never been good at fishing slow. The only time I'm good at fishing slow is if I'm throwing it out there and just letting it set. Black crappie. Black crappie. I don't know if we have any white crappie, but yeah, they were definitely black crappie. So that's a pretty big crappie. See, the reason why I got the camera on me is because there's no action out there right now. So I'm not getting any bites. Yeah. So basically what we're going to do maybe next weekend is we're going to take the kayak out and we're going to go do some kokanee fishing off of Lake Billy, and maybe some Dolly Varden fishing. Got this cool little package of jerk baits and stuff I bought from Walmart. I want to try out. Not necessarily on the kayak, but I mean, I just want to try them out and see if I can't catch some fish off of them anyway. They got 3 jerk baits and 2 micro cranks. Well, I thought it was cool, so I want to try those out. And then I got some I got these fake worms to put on behind my I got these fake worms I want to put on behind my kokanee rigs, just to see, tip it with a corn and one of these fake crawlers. So because they look real, I think I could catch a crappie on them. I think I could catch bluegill on them. What up, Dave? How you doing? Yeah, I probably should have, but the law only allows me to have two rods out at any time. So, And I didn't tell anybody I was coming fishing except for the wife today. She's the only one that knew that I was actually going fishing today. So, Dave, you might as well come out here and join me and put the fourth rod out, okay? I'd appreciate it if you came out and put the fourth rod out for me. Come on, man. Let's do some fishing. So, yeah, we're going to try all this stuff eventually. I think those micro cranks and stuff would be good for some bluegills and stuff. Okay, I don't know where that's coming from. Okay, that's, I have no clue what that's about. Yep, it's got to be a troll. Well, David, get your fishing stuff loaded up and get over here, man. Let's catch some fish. Well, when I'm fishing, I like the bait that's moving. I like to keep moving. I don't slow. That's why I don't throw a drop shot, because it's too slow for me. I like to, when I'm fishing, I like to keep my bait moving. I got one out on a float out there, and the wind's keeping it moving. Now, from time, I'll throw a bait rig out there on the bottom and let it set. But generally, I don't have the patience to sit there. So, the when it comes to fishing, keep those baits moving. Unless they've just freshly stocked it and there's like a bazillion fish and they're just kind of cruising. Then throw a, see, I'm using a micro net and here I am just throwing it out there and cranking her in. A lot of times that's all you got to do when you're trout fishing or even crappie fishing with the micro net. It's one of my favorite baits. It's become one of my favorite baits for crappie fishing and trout fishing. I've caught so many trout and crappie off them. But so far this year here at Prime Res on the state park side, I haven't had no luck whatsoever. I got the GoPro 5, I got the GoPro 10, and I got the GoPro 13. So I've got 3 of them, and you know, my plans are always to have more than one camera going at any given time. But the 5, it just don't work like it's supposed to anymore. And that one I got from my wife and my kids, so I just kind of keep that as a keepsake. And then the 10 and the 13, I've just kind of got for doing this, you know, recording. I'm not recording right now because I'm live streaming. So right now I'm not really live streaming or recording. I'm just live streaming. No, I haven't been to Bear Creek side, but that's like, I think, just right across the reservoir, I think. I've heard of it. But no, I can't say that I've ever been to the Bear Creek side. There are a few fish jumping, but none biting. I've been fishing since probably 8 o'clock. I've moved from over there to over here, and I still ain't caught a fish yet. But sometimes that's fishing. Maybe it's the color I'm using too. I mean, I was using a Castmaster earlier and didn't get any bites on that. I'm throwing a. I'll show you the, uh, the micro net I'm using right now. Yeah, so that's what I'm using, the micro. Whoops, a purple and brown micro net is what I'm using, and I've had a lot of luck off that color there. But for whatever reason today, not the color. Might as well go ahead and try another one, I guess. Um, no, can't say that I have. You know, being that I'm from the res, you would think I would have saw one once in a while. But nah, I ain't never seen one. Why does people call him Sasquatch? Because he's not Sasquatch, he's Bigfoot to me. That makes no sense for people to call him Sasquatch. What the heck is a Sasquatch? I know what a Bigfoot is, but not a Sasquatch. Is that a smaller version of Bigfoot, or is it a bigger version of Bigfoot? Oh, it's the same? Okay. I got you, I know they got at the High Desert Museum, they have a Sasquatch exhibit, I think is what they call it. Let's try the pink and yellow. Let's try this color. Maybe that color get us a bit. I've got several different colors of the micro net. Those are my favorite ones. What's up, Sky Blue Fishing? How you doing? Was it? All right, cool. Thanks for subbing. So basically what you do is you take that Ned, micro Ned. This is the top half. The skinnier half is the bottom half. And you just take it, measure it up to it like this. And then you want your bait to come out about right, your hook to come about right there where the shank bends. So that's how you do it. Line it up. And then you just take it and center it, put it through like that. And then where you lined that up, you just get that bend of the hook there. And then there you go. It's all rigged up, ready to go, and hopefully gonna catch a fish. All right. Tell you what, it's definitely a beautiful day out. It's not cold, it's not hot. So yeah, here we are doing this, and sorry that the fishing's not better. I mean, the fishing is great, it's the catching that's not better. I mean, I can try everything in the world, but if they're not biting, they're not biting. You know? I seriously think if I slowed it down some more, I could probably catch a bass, because it's been warming up in Central Oregon. I'm not real good about slowing things down. I know, right? And this is the first year I've had any issues catching any fish on a state park side. I mean, I just don't get it. I'm not good at slowing it down, I keep saying. Not good at slowing it down. That's not what I'm good at when it comes to fishing. Basically, if I was going to slow it down, as I throw it out there, I'd stop, let it sink, and then I'd just pop it up, let it set. If I was going to slow it down, that's the hard thing for me to do, is slowing things down. It's not something I'm good at. I'm more about getting it out there, getting it in, throwing it back out there, throwing a different spot. Pasteurized, huh? I know the last time I caught a bass in March was, I don't know, a couple years ago. I had to use a drop shot to get him to bite because I couldn't slow down enough to get him to bite, so I had to go to a drop shot to get him to bite. And drop shotting, you know, you can really slow that way down because you can throw it out there, get that weight stuck on the rock, and just bounce it in that one spot the whole time, and then let it set. Then bounce it again and then pop it up off that rock, and then it'll settle back down. But fishing slow just isn't my cup of tea. Drop shot's another good way to catch trout too, but it's not something I'm good at doing. Just not something I'm good at doing. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you click like, comment, and subscribe. Keep on commenting, y'all. I appreciate that. That keeps me interested in the live stream when you guys are interacting with me. I should have a video. I'm trying to get a video uploaded at the same time as live streaming because I have the video that's got to come out. I didn't fish on Saturday, so I didn't have a video from Saturday, but I had a video that I hadn't put out yet that I'm putting out today. So whenever that's done uploading to YouTube, you guys will be able to watch that. We got some really nice trout and a couple nice kokanee on that video. Yeah, you know, some days are like that. It's like every time I've been out here to the state park side on Pine Res, I've not had any luck. I mean, I've had maybe one bite, and that was on a worm. And that was like a month ago, probably, when there was still ice on the reservoir. Now on the dam side, I've caught fish. Ochco Reservoir, I've caught fish. Lake Billy Chinook, I've caught fish. Haystack, I mean, every place else I've been, with the exception of the Columbia River, I haven't caught anything on the Columbia River. The one thing great about Prineville Reservoir is we got the state park side. You know, it's about half an hour away from the dam side. So I don't mind coming here, fishing here, so I can live stream and visit with you guys. And then I'll go over to the dam side and fish the rest of the day after my live stream. Because I don't have service at the dam, so I have to, I'm gonna live stream, I have to come either here or go to Ochco's, because Ochco's is actually closer than going to here, the state park side of Pine Res. But I like to fish on the state park side because I want to try to catch crappie. So that's why I do that. Yeah, they say that when it comes to bodies of water, the fish are in 10% of the water, and then the other 10% ain't worth fishing, is what they say. So I don't know how true that is, but that's what I was always told. The fish are only in 10% of the water going to bite. So you got to be lucky and get in that 10% they're biting in. I don't know how true that is, but hey, there's people out there that probably know more about this stuff than I do. I have slowed it down a bit. I started doing more of a up motion and stop, pause, let it set. I think the reason why I'm able to do that is because I'm talking to you guys and uh, interacting with you guys. So that's helping me not focus so much on keeping it moving. Yeah, it does seem that way to me too. It really does. But it's like it's like you know, it's like the guys in the boat that are catching all those fish. You know, they're able to cover more water. Don't get me wrong. If we're fishing on the bank, we can cover water too. But there's only so much water or spots you can walk in a day. You know, to where in a boat, you know, they got the trolling motors, or if you're in a kayak and you got the pedal kayak or whatever. You know, you can cover a lot more water. Um, but the uh, the fish really does seem to be in 10%. You know. Big fish, well, sometimes big fish, not all the time. I mean, we've had a lot of luck catching them big girls out there haystack this year. I mean, we've caught between three of us, we've probably caught 100 of them big trout, big oversized trophy trout, and we haven't taken them all home. We let some of them go too, because we don't want to take all of them out. Of course, I don't think three people could probably take all of them out anyways, but it's good to always practice catch, kiss, and release. That's a good motto anytime you're fishing. Don't get me wrong. Take some home. Eat them up. Hey, there's a fish. Yeah, fish, 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 fish. Oh, no, no, no. Ah, ah. Slowed it down. Got a bite. No. Ah. Told you guys, slow it down. I might get a bite. I finally got a bite. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's fishing for you, though. We finally got a bite. Now, if I can just keep myself concentrated on working the bait slow, because the water temperatures are still pretty cold. Even though we've been in a warming trend, the water temperatures aren't very high. I mean, it hadn't been really all that hot. It's gone from being, 30 something to, 40s. Now it's going up to the 50s. And then this week, a couple days this week, it's supposed to be in the 70s. So we're definitely in a warming trend. We're in Oregon. So, yeah, hopefully we're going to get bit again. And I was just like, oh, we finally got a bit. What the heck? And then sometimes you can do everything right and still miss them. So, I would have liked to seen the fish though. Listen to my own advice. Work it low and slow. Give yourself a better chance of catching a fish. Yeah, you can see the water here. There you go. You don't have to look at my ugly mug the whole time. I was just doing that so I could talk to you guys, We finally got bit and we lost it. Yeah, it is truly beautiful, that's for sure. Truly beautiful, that's for sure. Yep. Thanks for joining us, though. We appreciate that. One bite so far. We had him hooked up for a second. North Carolina, huh? I want to go there too. They got some good trout fishing up there from what I understand. Yeah, all these states have got trout fishing, Pretty cool. Where's that at? Where's that at? The Ocean American Bully UKC. No, we don't have any snakeheads in Oregon. Um, we don't want them here either. We really don't want them here. They they're not good for the native species we have in Oregon. Oh yeah. Well, Oregon's a nice place. I mean, it's got beautiful scenery. We got mountains for miles. We got the coastline. Um, we got the Columbia River, known for its monster sturgeon. Okay, okay, okay. Oh yeah, not very good fishing there, huh? Come on, we need another fish, but let's not miss it this time. You got your poles. All right. We'll see you when you get here. Come on. Let's catch a fish, y'all. All I can say is thanks for joining us, y'all. We appreciate that. Yeah. Water is pretty nice. Pretty perfect, that's for sure. Let's see, what was it? A couple weeks ago, I got into Haystack Reservoir. It was cold that day, too. I got hung up, and I was on a live stream when I got in the water because I didn't want to lose my lure. Uh, Salmon season, it's getting ready to start popping here pretty quick. Should be coming up, maybe May. It just depends when that first salmon gets caught. Then everybody gets all excited and starts fishing for them. Willie Perch. Trout, mostly trout this time of year when it's still cold, but it's warming up, so the crappie should be biting here pretty quick, and so should the bass. Bluegills probably will be starting too, though. I love catching me some bluegills. See, growing up, we always called them perch, though. I didn't know that they were a bluegill until I become an adult and moved out when I was living out here in Oregon, and they started calling them bluegill, and I'm like, that's a perch, and they're like, nah, that's a bluegill. Finally, I looked up some information. It's a bluegill. What we call a perch is a bluegill back in Missouri. So supposed to be in the 70s in the next 2 days. So the fishing the the warm water species should be getting pretty good. At least well, maybe not, because it's only supposed to be in the 70s 2 days this week. Well, if I ever get the time and the money to start traveling, I'm going to. I'm still just still just a small YouTube channel. Trying fighting to get it, going. Oh yeah, you guys call them brim in Carolina. Cool. Don't you guys got a shell cracker and a long ear there too in Carolina? Do you? Yeah. Yeah, every place is different on what they call them, you know. Yep, I got a rock cod there. Central Oregon rock cod, guaranteed to break your teeth if you try to cook it. See if we can't figure out how to get this thing unsnagged without losing it. Yeah, there we go. We got it unsnagged. Just a few flicks of it and finally got it. All right. New Jersey, huh? Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that, y'all. Yeah, that helps me out when you guys like, comment, and subscribe. That's very appreciated, y'all. So thank you. You guys keep this channel going by doing that. Them Brim and Georgia, cool. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. You know, this channel really has grown a lot since it started. And back when it started, my daughters were on the channel a lot. They were helping me get it started because they were the technical TIs of the channel. They were helping me with the editing, teaching me how to do this YouTube thing. And you know, I wish they were still in the channel more, you know. Of course, you know, Worm and Bobber Girl's got a daughter of her own now, and she lost her husband last year, which stinks, you know, but it happens. Bug is too busy being an adult these days. Yeah, bless their hearts. They helped me do this a lot. And now been doing it. It'll be 6 years in June. I put my first video out 5.5, almost. It'll be almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years in June. So yeah, they really helped me out. You know, because I didn't know how to run a computer. Of course, I still don't have a computer, but I do everything on my phone. But they showed me how to do it. You know. And I've told this story a bazillion times on YouTube, you know, I always dreamed of being able to put out content, do stuff like that. And back in my day, you know, the only people putting out content were like Bill Dance, Roland Martin, Jimmy Houston, you know, and those were all well-known bass fishermen. You know, they made their living catching bass and stuff like that. And I never thought I'd have the opportunity to put out content and stuff. But this platform called YouTube has given me that ability to do it, you know, even when the fish aren't biting. Because, you know, you see all them channels that, you know, they catch fish every time. And don't get me wrong, you see a lot of fish catching on this channel if you watch the videos I put out. Maybe not in the live stream. But, you know, there are days when I have to put out a video where I don't catch any fish because I didn't catch any fish, you know. Yep, his Tennessee hat. That's right. That Tennessee hat. Just like I've always got my Kansas City hat, he's always got his Tennessee hat. Of course, if I have to work, a lot of times I'll wear my St. Louis hat because I wear a St. Louis hat to work and then I wear a Kansas City hat when I'm not at work. So that way I keep one cleaner than the other, I guess. I don't know. Of course, I got two St. Louis hats that I wear and I've got one Kansas City hat. So my Kansas City hat gets a little more dirtier than my St. Louis hat, even though I'm working in my St. Louis hat. So, of course, my old job, where the name Gman came from, that hat was pretty dirty all the time because I was dealing with garbage and stuff. But anywho, back to the content thing. YouTube just gave me the platform that I wanted, always dreamed about having growing up, you know, to put out content for people and to teach people how to fish like, you know, those guys when I was growing up was doing. So it really is a blessing to be able to do this for you guys, you know. And I'm not making any money doing it. At least I haven't yet, anyways. But you never know. Um, it's just one of those things, you know. It's a pleasure and an honor to be doing this stuff for you guys. You know, you guys, unless you're doing YouTube, you will never probably not understand what I mean by being a pleasure and an honor to do this stuff for you guys. Because the biggest thing is I never thought I'd have a platform like this that to where I could put out content. And then lo and behold, here we are. Of course, I got it started on the game because I've only known about YouTube for 8 years, and I've been a YouTuber for almost 6. So it took me a couple of years to get a camera. Once I started getting a camera, I took off. Started shooting YouTube videos, and now I'm live streaming and talking to you guys. You know, listening to the geese in the background. You know, it's yeah. You guys make it worthwhile. Thank you guys. Thank you to each and every one of you all. I appreciate it. Now, if we could just get another bite and actually land a fish. Something's got them geese all stirred up. Y'all. We need another bite. Really, we do. Come on, keep talking to me. Keep giving me some questions. So hopefully next weekend I'll be out in my kayak for at least part of it. I don't know if you found Billy. Hey, Worm Bobber girl. How you doing, sweetheart? Ha ha! I can't believe it. The one who helped me get all this started is commenting on a video. I don't think I've ever seen a comment from her. Ever. Worm Bobber girl, what's up, kiddo? Thanks for saying hi. I love you, sweetheart. Love that grandbaby too. Of course, you're probably at work right now, so you're probably not with the baby. Yeah. Oh no! How bad did you burn yourself, sweetheart? Hopefully you didn't burn yourself too bad. Y'all give a shout out to Worm Bobber girl, aka Relda. She's joined us. That's so cool. Well, if I'm live, you know I'm up to fishing. We've had one bite all morning. So, and that was on a live stream. So, yes, I know you're at work, sweetheart. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us on this live stream edition, sweetheart. Yeah, it is pretty calm today, that's for sure. Yep, gotta love the support. Yep. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for joining us. That means the world to me. It really does. Nice. I'm glad you got to see that one bite. Sweet. Can I be your uncle? I don't know. I don't know. Can I be your uncle? That's kind of, I don't know about questions like that. I want to be cool with everybody and I want to be nice to everybody, but I mean, I don't know. Can I be your uncle? I mean, yeah. If you subscribe, you definitely family. That's for sure. That's for sure. Because that helps us out. Yeah. You know, I really am beaming from head to toe because my daughter is watching the very channel she got running. The very channel. If it wasn't for her and her sister, this channel would not be possible. They taught me everything I needed to know to get this channel up and running. So that makes me so happy to see that she's watching. That just is the highlight of this. That is the highlight of this live stream, in my opinion. Thank you for saying this channel is awesome. I appreciate that. It's always been a family-oriented show. You know, I have to put so you guys can comment on my videos and stuff. I have to say not for children, because YouTube has a thing. You know, if it's for children, they don't let people comment on your videos. So I have to put not for children, even though it is a family-oriented show. You know, so it really. The fishing is good. It's slow. We've had one bite, and that's it. But hey, I'm just I'm ecstatic that my daughter's joined us during the live stream. So maybe someday Worm and Bobber Girl will join us again, and she'll become Worm and Bobber Girl again. You know that's that's 2 straight backlashes I've thrown in this thing. But yeah. Right now I'm fishing with a Akuma ultralight bait casting rod. It's a 7'6", 4 to 12 pound test rod. It's a light action because it's a ultralight. And I know I've got the BFS ultralight Shimano Corrado, meant for throwing ultralight stuff. And that's what these micro neds is, ultralight. I mean, they're not the smallest of small, but they are ultralight. So basically what this reel and rod allows me to do is to throw really finessey baits. That's the whole purpose of the BFS. Is so instead of going with a traditional ultralight, which is what I got right here, a traditional ultralight, which I throw the micro net on too. This is a ultralight. This is a 1,000 size reel with 4 pound mono. It's a 7.6 ultralight action rod, meant for throwing super small stuff out there. So this is the Akuma Cascade Pro Elite Series. I've got 90% of my rods are going to be Akuma. Of course, I've got a couple Berkeley rods from when you could get Berkeley rods fairly available. Nowadays, they're getting harder and harder to find the style that I want. So I've switched to Akuma. And so I'm throwing more Akuma than anything these days. I've got, I just picked up, what I'm going to do here eventually is I'm going to put out a video on kokanee rods. But I need at least one more rod for that. And so basically what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to have 3 different rods, and I've already bought 2 of the kokanee rods. One's made by Eagle Claw, which is the cheapest one. And then I just bought a Okuma kokanee rod. And then the next one, the only other one I can find in my area is a Llama Glass, I think is what it is, kokanee rod. So I'm going to feature those 3 and just compare them together because I've never used kokanee rods before. To me, they seem just like an ultralight rod. But I'm gonna take them and I'm gonna put reels on them, and then I'm gonna take them out on my kayak and I'm gonna troll around with them for a day and just try them out and give my honest opinion on them. Fishing for kokanee and Dolly Vardens. So it casts pretty well. The castability on this BFS ultralight is really good. I don't know how far I'm actually able to cast it, but I'm casting as far as I can cast with my ultralight spinning reel, and I don't know how exactly far that is. So yes, they're good at castability for light stuff. Yes, education is proper, but yeah, they're great for throwing small stuff, finesse stuff. I can throw them as good as I can that one, and it, anybody who's throwing a spinning rod knows you can cast them pretty far. So yeah, they're good for castability. Yeah, when it comes to line or ultralights, if you look at your reel and your rod, okay, this is one of the biggest things I can recommend for you guys. Okay, on the on your rod where it's got its description on it. Okay, see on your rod right here. It's okay. You got a Berkeley, so it's going to be somewhere on this part of the rod. Okay. See this Akuma. It says Akuma SST, and then it says 0722LA. Okay, that's just the make and model and stuff. And it's gonna say 7'6", which is how long it is. Length, and then action is gonna be light, ultra light. Okay, and then right below it, it's gonna say what the pound test is recommended for that rod. Okay, so this one says 4 to 12 pound test. So if you're going any heavier than 12 pound test, you're going too heavy. If you go any lighter than 4 pound test, then it's too light for the rod. Okay. So, and then it's going to have how much weight it's recommended. So you can go from a 1/4 ounce weight to a full ounce weight. Okay. That's what these rods are. That's what this specific rod for this Akuma is. Reel is. Okay. And so I got the ultralight BSF system to go with it. Okay, when you get a reel, now like with the bait casting reels, they're not going to have that on the reel, but the box that you get your reel out of will tell you what your reel is meant for. Like this one is meant for 15-pound braid. Okay, that's what the box says. It's 15-pound braid or 8-pound fluorocarbon. I don't like fluorocarbon. I'll use fluorocarbon for a leader and that's it because it's almost invisible. But to me, wears down too quick. It gets brittle. It gets, yeah. I use it for leaders. I won't use it for mainline. So when I decided to line this up, I went with 15-pound Power Pro. Am I going to put straight fluoro on here? No. I might at some point, just for the fun of it, put some 8-pound mono on here, even though it says don't use mono. Basically what that means is it's not going to perform its best if I use mono. So I shouldn't use mono on here because it's not recommended for it. Okay. Now I'll grab that other rod real quick and I'll go over that a little bit with you. See, this is a Shimano Cantina, or however you say it. And this is a 1000 size reel. Okay. And on these reels, most of them have, see, like this one is so small because it's such a small reel, you can't hardly see it. To where when you buy a box, buy it in a box, it'll have all that on there. And this one says that it is rated for 2 to 6 pound test. So you shouldn't use any more heavy than 6 pound test on this reel, or anything less than a 2 pound test on this reel. Now, the thing about braid is you can get a 15-pound test in a 4-pound diameter. So realistically, you could use 15-pound braid on this reel because it's in the diameter of 4-pound test. So you could get away with that. Or even you could go with 20 because that's the diameter of 6-pound test. You're just not going to be able to get a lot of line on there if you go with the 6-pound test. I like 4-pound test. It's an ultralight reel. I want to feel like I've got that ultralight sensation. So I'm going to go with 4-pound test. The rod is capable for it. This rod says 4 to 10-pound test instead of 4 to 12-pound test. So you want to go with, you don't want to go any heavier than 4-pound test. But this reel isn't meant for 10-pound test. So you could go with the bigger reel. So maybe a 2,000 size reel or a 250 or 2,500 size reel on this rod, because that would hold 10-pound test. So, and this one says CPX. See, this one's on the back side of the rod. That one was on the front belly side of the rod. Okay, this is on the back side of the rod. So it's Okuma Cascade Pro, and then it's got the CPRS 762L, and it's got the 7'6" length, and it's light action. And then it's rated for 4-pound to 10-pound test. And then it's got, you can throw 1/8 to 3/4. You don't want to go any higher than a 3/4 of an ounce on here, because then it's too much weight for this specific rod. And then it's Elite Series IM8. Great rod, well balanced. See, well balanced. Find that balancing act, saying that you don't have to hold it with more than that. So there you guys go. Hopefully you guys learned something from this today. Hopefully you guys learn something every time you guys join us. Okay, back to comments. So thanks for joining us, sweetheart. Have fun at work. Yeah, well, this channel isn't meant for my subscribers to donate. You know, I mean, it'd be nice, but that isn't what the channel is for. You know, I don't want money from subscribers. Trust me, it would help out and help me do more fishing, but that's not what this channel is for. I'm fishing at Prineville Reservoir today, State Park side. Well, I'm glad that that's going to help you out. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely, you know, Definitely, you don't want to add too heavy of a line to a rod or reel. You don't want to add too light of a line to a rod or reel. I ran into seeing that a lot over the years where people are out there and they're using an ultralight rod or rod and reel that's meant for, you know, 2 to 6 pound test, and they've got 10-pound test on there and they can't cast it very far because the line's too heavy, or they're using too heavy a weight as well as using that heavy line. So anytime you're looking to buy a setup, whether you're buying a combination together or separate, because most of mine I'm buying the rod and reel separate. I rarely ever buy a combination together. You want to look at the rod that you're wanting to buy, what species you're going to be fishing for, because that'll tell you a lot. Well, you know, a lot of people, you know, will use that heavier line for trout fishing, which is fine. That's their choice. But heavier isn't always better. Just like lighter isn't always better. If you're fishing for a 20-pound catfish, all right, and you're using 4-pound tests, that's probably not going to work out so well. Don't ask me how I know. All right? Don't ask me how I know, because, yeah, just don't ask. Folding rods are okay. Yeah, I've used them. Yeah, you can use folding rods. I mean, that's totally up to you. Preference has a lot to do with things, you know. If you're, what up? Preference. You've got to like what you're using, okay? If you don't like what you're using, then it's not going to be very efficient for you. So, just make sure that when you buy a rod and reel setup, you match your reel with your rod to get the proper balance. Match your line to your reel, match your reel to your rod, match your weights or whatever be the case with that rod. It's going to help you be more efficient in what you're doing. How do I know? I told you not to know, not to ask. Okay, let's just say this. Accidentally catching a 20-pound catfish when you're crappie fishing is a lot of fun on 4-pound tests. Okay? Hey, what's up, Ron? You did come to see nothing because we are catching absolutely nothing. But hopefully you guys are learning a lot. I hope. Okay, so anywho, there's been times I've been out fishing when I was a kid, fishing for crappie or bluegill, and I'll catch a 20-pound catfish on 4-pound test, or hook into a big old spoonbill or paddlefish. I don't know if you guys know what a paddlefish is, but it's a pretty good sized fish, and it's got a long paddle on its snout. And basically, what they are is filter feeders, and what they do is they swim around and they swim into your line, and then you set the hook in, and you got this massive fish that's way too big for it, and it takes you like an hour to catch that fish. So, yeah, just those are accidental catches, but it does happen. It's like catching I don't know. It's like when I'm catching them big old oversized trout at Haystack and I'm using 4-pound test, and I probably should be using 6 or 8-pound test. Even though I don't break too many fish off, it does happen. Well, I don't know. I've had one bite so far in this live stream. Ron? I've had one bite in this live stream. That's it. I don't know if I can catch any more than that. So. Thank you guys for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. I like to get excited on a live stream. I like to get excited when I'm shooting a video too. So, thank you guys. A lot of debris in the water right now. Maybe by next weekend, the warmer water fish should be biting better. I don't know. Now that Ron's here, I've got to get back to fishing because he says he comes to watch nothing. So I don't want him to watch nothing. I want him to watch me catch a fish, not watch nothing. Of course, I want you guys to see me catch a fish too. Y'all, thank you, thank you. Yeah, my buddy Alex went out to Ochco yesterday and knocked the snot out of a trout, or Saturday knocked the snot out of a trout over there, and I didn't go because I was busy playing grandpa, doing grandpa duties, taking care of the grandbaby and driving my daughter around, which was cool. I always love spending time with my kids. Love spending time with my grandbaby too. Family first. Family first. Throwing the worm back out there, see if we can't get it back out there and see if we can't get a bite on there. That's crazy because the worms aren't even getting bit. I almost think maybe I should throw some dough bait out there on the bottom and see if that works, you know? Yeah, no Bella. Yeah, well, maybe. No fish because Bella's not here. That's why my buddy caught so many fish on Saturdays, because he had the fish finding pooch, Bella, with him. Hey, if you guys didn't watch the Toby the fish stealing dog, please go back and watch that video. That was a cute video, but it didn't get nearly as many views as I thought it should have gotten. So please go check out that fish of Bella, or that Toby the fish stealing pooch. Yeah, try ping pong. Yep, there you go. Well, you guys could always try pickleball, right? Pickleball might be a lot like ping pong. So, y'all, thanks for joining us. Yeah, that ping pong I hear can be really intense at times. Really intense. Especially when you got really good players playing ping pong. Yeah, I thought it was a great video too, but I mean, so far it's been out for what, a month now? Well, over a month now, and I've got maybe 70 views on it. Yeah, that was kind of, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like shooting the content, because that dog literally stole somebody else's fish. People we didn't even know's fish, which was crazy. Y'all. About ready to change colors again. We're going to change colors to see if we can't find another color. Well, I know I got another color, but I'm trying to find a color that's going to get us bit more often than just once in a full moon, you know. which what it seems like the bite's been here at the state park all winter. I'm just not used to being. I'm just not used to being so stinking slow. When I come to Prime Res, I expect better results. You know, at least that's what I've grown accustomed to. Yeah, that'd be something. Teaching your German Shepherd to steal somebody's fish. At least on those days when you're not catching any fish, at least on those days when you're not catching any fish, at least you go home with some fish, right? Because your German Shepherd's stealing fish for you. Or Toby, in our case, is stealing fish for us, you know? All right, let's try another color. If I can find another color, I know I got another. Come on. Where's the color I'm looking for? There we go, way down there on the bottom. That's the color, that's the natural color. Let's see if we can't get something on. Well, it's more like a minnow color. So, it's a smelt color is what they call it. So, got a hook in my finger for a second. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like we did the last time, is we're gonna measure up the bait. I already have a pretty good idea. Measure it up, see, to the bait. The hook should come out about right here on your bait. So from the jig head to where the exit point should be right about there. And it should make it line up perfectly. Doesn't always mean that I'm going to be perfect, but I'm going to try and make it as perfectly as possible. I can't guarantee nothing because I'm not perfect. So you put it in the middle there as best you can, and you slide that up the hook, and then you try to pop it out right where you measured it up. And there, it should be pretty straight or close to being straight. See? That's what you want to do. Yeah, let me know when you teach that German Shepherd how to steal fish so you go home with fish. Maybe I'll have to teach my cat to steal fish. So I'll go home with fish. All right? Oh yeah, let's not forget. We got to advertise the monster imports, y'all. Check it. Got to have them imports when we go fishing. Got to have them imports when I go to work too. Of course, I probably shouldn't. They're not healthy for you. But, oh well, life goes on. See if it explodes on me. The last few times, they just want to explode on me. Oh, it didn't explode on me. All right. Now, we're ready to get back to it. Basically, when I got that bite, I slowed it down a lot by just bouncing it like that and letting it set for a second or two. Normally, I don't have the patience to do that. Normally, it's a cast and retrieve, but I wanted to get a bite for you guys, so I had to be a little patient. But other than that, I mean, I've only had the one bite. Now that I moved to natural color, I'm going to try speeding it up again and see if natural color will get bit more. The park people are out here spraying weeds. So basically, at that point, now that I've switched colors and got a more natural color, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw out there and start just slow reeling again. But I'm going to let it sink a couple seconds before I start reeling. And, you know, maybe color will have a lot to do with maybe getting bites. Maybe not. you just never know. And I am rolling kind of slow, but I'm reeling fast enough to where it just keeps moving. It's not hitting the bottom at all. If it don't work, then I will slow it down again and try that. But for now, I'm going to try and get it to work out the way I usually fish, and that's usually not slow. So thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. You guys make this channel possible, y'all. And I can never reiterate enough to catch, kiss, and release a fish, because it does ensure a future fishery for all. Yeah, I'm working my way for sure. I want to hit as many spots as possible. But with the live stream and me having to be the cameraman and everything, it's harder for me to move around. Harder for me to move around because I got to be the cameraman and the everything for the live stream edition. So, see, like when I'm using my chesty, a little bit different story, you know, because my chesty is a little bit different story because my chesty's right here, so it sees everything my hands do anyways, or the rod does. So yeah, to where with the camera, you know, it's just sitting there and I'm pointing it at a certain angle and it's just kind of sitting there. They do have camera tripods that'll move with the person, you know, but it can't actually walk. So it just kind of, you know, rotates. And I have thought about getting one, but I have thought about getting a phone attachment for like a chesty. That way I can just like set it there and then I can do this number and read comments and interact with you guys that way. So I've thought about it. John Day River, I catch quite a bit catfish on the John Day River. Like here at Pine Res, we got a good population of mudcats, the little bullhead catfish. Fun to catch, but not much, not the best for eating. I mean, I'm sure some people like them a lot, but to me, they're not the greatest eating fish because they taste like mud if you don't treat them properly. So cool. I'm glad you get excited when I go live. I like going live. I like to interact with you guys because you guys are the reason why I do this. If it wasn't for fans like you guys, I wouldn't be doing this stuff. You know, a lot of YouTubers wouldn't be doing YouTube if it wasn't for you guys. Sounds like bats, huh? But y'all, thanks for joining us. So with that being said, you know, I think I've taken enough of you guys' time. Unless you guys just say, no, don't get off here. So yeah, we're gonna, don't get off. Okay, I'll stay on here longer then. I'm glad you guys are saying don't get off. No, okay, well, I'll stay on longer then. I mean, you guys did come to watch me catch a fish, but I'm not catching any. Okay, I'll stay on here longer. Unclear bombs. Okay, whatever that means. I'd like to catch a big one, but it's been brutal out here this morning. I don't know if I'm going to catch a big one. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, bats are kind of a night creature. They like it. They like it when it's dark out. That's for sure. I know on the John Day River, we've had bats decide to join us in camp. Literally land on our stuff and camp out with us, which is kind of odd, but it happens. It does happen. So, how you doing, Randy Rhino Outdoors? Glad you could join us today. Just so many people to thank today. I mean, there's so many of you guys interacting, saying hi. You guys are you're amazing. You're amazing people. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Y'all make it well worthwhile to do this stuff. And then for the fact that you guys don't want me to leave, that makes me even happier. It really does. Just they're getting ready to stock like 200,000 fish in well, not just Central Oregon, but all over Oregon. Rainbow trout, legal sized rainbow trout. Where they're gonna stock them at, I don't know, but I got a notification by our ODFW peoples. They're getting ready to stock some trout. Getting ready to stock some legal sized trout for everybody to catch. Well, what I use is I'll use chicken livers. I'll use chicken liver. I'll use marshmallows. I'll use let me reiterate the marshmallow thing. What I do is I use marshmallows that smell like garlic or cheese, because catfish like garlic and they like cheese. For whatever reason, it works. Catfish like it. So I'll take some marshmallows that smell like garlic and cheese. I'll use that. Um, I'll use crawdads, because those are really good bait for catfishing. And any bait that's legal for any bait that the state allows you to use for bait, I like to use. So, but my go-to is usually night crawlers and crawdads. All right, but if they're not biting those two things, I want liver and I want marshmallows. Marshmallows are one of my favorite catfish baits. But that's only if they're not biting only if they're not biting crawdads and night crawlers. Then I like the I like the like to use the marshmallows and chicken livers. So what I do a lot of times, I'll use a dropper loop with the weight on the bottom, because basically most mistake fishermen do is they fish right on the bottom. Big mistake. You get that bait up off the bottom, float it up out off the bottom, you catch more fish. Well, thank you for saying I'm an amazing YouTuber. I appreciate that. Uh, just go buy a tub of liver, and then what I do is I use an egg sac loop, an egg knot. It's basically what it is, a no knot, basically. But here we call it an egg sac loop. Is what we do. Hello, how you doing? We're at we're at Prime Res today. Basically, what we do is we tie an egg sac knot, which really isn't a knot at all, but they call it an egg sac knot. And so what you do is you hook the liver with the hook, and then you make that loop with that egg sac knot, and then you take and you loop that around the liver, and you pull it tight. And what it does is it cinches it up, the liver up to the hook, and it keeps it on there. So you can cast it as hard as you want. Well, I can't say exactly as hard as you want, but you can cast it without it coming off your hook as easily. So it makes a big difference on getting that bait to stay on your hook. And it makes a big difference for when those fish hit it, they're not just going to rip it off. Because chicken liver is soft. Generally is a softer bait, and it makes it easier for fish, or when you're casting, for it to come off of your hook. So using an egg sac loop is a recommended knot for keeping your bait on your hook and not losing it from casting or fish that just want to steal your bait. So hopefully that helps you out. No, I like it. I like it. I like it unthawed. I like it. To me, freezing it don't really help it at all. That's my opinion. Freezing it don't really help it at all. A lot of people disagree with me, and a lot of people agree with me. So it's preference. I don't like it stinky. It's already stinky enough. Liver already tastes nasty, so I wouldn't be eating it anyways. But it's got its own point. It's a blood bait, and it just has its own flavor to it as it is. You don't need to let it set out. I've been fishing chicken livers my whole life. You don't have to let it set out. People say you should. You don't have to. Take it out there. Just preference. I like it thawed out. You know. And I like the egg sac knot to keep it on the hook. Yeah, it is a good rig for cats. Carolina rig, yeah. Chunks of liver. Oh, you do a sack? Yeah, I've heard of people doing a sack for chicken livers. What they do is the same sack that they'll use for like a egg sack, or even they'll take pantyhose and they'll cut squares out of pantyhose and wrap the chicken livers in the pantyhose and then tie it up so that it holds it, and then they take it and they throw it out there. And that keeps it from flying off the hook too. Yeah, that's really up to you if you're not using sacks or not, if you're gonna do it, because sacks aren't something I really do, but I know about it because I'll use like a tuna sack for salmon fishing. So what you do is you take that sack and you put it in the tuna, put the tuna in the sack, and then you twist it up and you put it on your hook. That keeps the tuna on your hook. Yeah, we're out here at Prineville Reservoir State Park side, fishing for trout, bass, crappie, anything that wants to bite. So far, all we've had is one bite. It's been slow today, but I've been doing a lot of talking too, so. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, but I've yet to, whatever I hit earlier I didn't see, so I'm not real sure. We're in Oregon. We're in Oregon. And I had to slow it way down to get that one bite I got. And so far I haven't gotten another bite, so maybe it was just a fluke bite. I'm thinking about hanging up on the live stream and going over to the dam side to try to catch a fish. Yeah, it is pretty nice. Oregon's a nice place to live. Sunny, when it's sunny, it's cold when it's cold, and it's hot when it's hot, and it's everything in between. Yeah, I don't know. White spinner might catch them, but so far, I mean, I've thrown spoons at them, which is the cast master. I've thrown multiple different colors of the micro Ned, which is usually a really good crappie bait. Night crawlers. So I've thrown a variety of stuff at them today. I just haven't had no luck. One bite, that's it. Yeah, it's just one of them days. I think it's because it's a transitional period in the weather. Transition stages can cause fish to bite or not bite. So basically what happens in transitional periods is sometimes before it gets cold, the bite will get on before it gets cold. Sometimes before it gets hot, the bite will get on because we're in transitional periods of the weather. Sometimes when it gets cold, it can shut the bite off. Sometimes when it gets hot, the bite can be shut off. So it's just finding out different stages during the different stages of time when the fish are biting. So like now we're coming into the warmer time of starting to warm up. So like it's going to start getting into the 70s here pretty quick. That should turn the bite on because it's not going to be too hot. It's not going to be too cold. It should be right for the bite to turn on. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's going to happen. But from experience, it seems like when it happens like that, the bite turns on. I can't guarantee nothing, but just a few degrees warmer can definitely turn them on. The water is still pretty cold. It's not like it's jumping up to 50 degrees. It's probably still in the lower 40s, I would imagine, because it's not, staying completely hot all the time. And then like I said, before it gets cold, when it starts to transition into cold, the fish tend to like to feed up. They like to fatten up before it gets cold. So that can turn on the bite as well. So, and some fish like the sucker, the pike minnow. There's some fish that weather just don't seem to bother. Pike minnows just tend to be able to catch all year round. Suckers. Thanks for subbing, man. I appreciate that. Scenic City Fishing. Thank you. I appreciate that. So there's just a bunch of variations that can variate whether the fish are biting or not. Right now, I feel like it's that transitional period between cold and hot, and it's starting to warm up. So the fish could be turned off because of that. I'm not seeing a lot of surface activity. Surface activity is what I look for no matter what time of year I'm fishing, whether it's cold or hot. Like the trout, if they're jumping in the wintertime, you're going to be catching trout. If they're jumping in the summertime, you may not catch them because of the water temperatures. Hopefully that helps you guys out some. Yes, the barometer. Yes, exactly. Thanks for subscribing, Easter Campbell. Real of Life, how you doing? It is a very beautiful place. Very nice. Very scenic. Lots of different fish to catch. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back out for another round of sturgeon fishing. Hopefully we won't get skunked this time. So April, May, we'll go back out sturgeon fishing. Yep, 77 to 80, yeah. That's what they're saying. Thunderstorms, yeah. That's true. So for whatever reason right now I can't seem to throw a cast without throwing a bird's nest in there. It happens though. I don't know if I'm just not paying attention to what I'm doing or what. But thanks for joining us, y'all. My battery is getting dreadfully low on my phone. I'm thinking I'm going to have to call this live stream edition over with just to save myself some battery. Well, we got to 50 likes. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever had 50 likes on a live stream. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. That really means a lot to me. So, y'all, I think we're going to have to call this live stream edition. Just because my battery's getting low and stuff like that. And I just, yeah. Thank you guys for joining us for this live stream edition. Thank you for my daughter joining us as well, because that was a pleasant surprise. I don't think she's ever joined us on a live stream. Thanks, David, and everybody else for subscribing, because David's been a long time subscriber. He's interacted on this channel a lot. Retro has been Ron Retro. He's done quite a bit. So, I'd like to shout out to everybody. I just don't have time to mention everybody's name. So, y'all, thank y'all. Appreciate it. I hate to say goodbye, but sometimes we have to do that. So, y'all, thanks. Thank you. Ocean America Bully UKC. Thank you. So, remember, y'all, to catch, kiss, and release fish once in a while. It ensures a future fishery for all. So, until next time, this is Gman Fishing, and we are out. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. We out. Oh, got one more. Thank you. I appreciate that. I had to say thank you and appreciate to the Real of Life for congratulating me on 50 likes. Appreciate it, y'all. Go hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Go check out Toby the Fish Stealing Pooch. That was a cool video, y'all. Till next time, this is Gman Fishing, and we out.